Hey everybody, on today's episode of the Vlogpastors podcast, you're catching up with a conversation Jarrod and I had about, those crazy comments you get on the internet from either a Karen or a troll. And the best part about it is this conversation was actually shaped by our audience during our live stream. Which, by the way, if you want to catch these episodes live, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. And if you just want to listen to the audio only, well, just search up Vlogpastors podcast on your favorite platform. All right, there's your introduction. You want to talk about how this already shaped it? Let's talk. Here, audience shaping the direction of this.
Yeah.
Dennis shaping the direction of this already. And you know how he did that?
Come on, Dennis.
He said, gaping mouths in the thumbnail.
There we go.
Gaping mouths.
Come on, tell me a
in
story.
the thumbnail. I'm going to try to tell you the story. Actually, I'm going to try to, because I can, and because I want to, I'm going to see if I can actually pull it up. Yeah, so let's see if I can find my share screen version. I don't know, is it this one?
Ooh.
Kind of.
Come on. What a thumbnail.
Okay, so this one right here, it says...
I don't remember this at all. What is this from?
I don't even... It was like my storage solution or something, okay? And first, can I just say that there is no...
And it's coming out of your ears.
Yeah, the thumb drive's coming out of the ears, the SD card's in the mouth, holding up the externals. And it was like my storage solution or something. I don't even remember what this was titled. But this one, she posts, seriously, Joshua Verwers, you're a pastor. James 3:1, Titus 1:7-9, you must lead by example. Teach boys how to be men. This has been lost and forgotten. Your thumbnails are you with your mouth gaping open, not a man of humility or love. 1 Corinthians 13:11-12, 1 Corinthians 16:13-14. Never mind the fact that my mouth isn't even gaping open in this thumbnail. So I just replied, laughing, I also preach with my mouth gaping open.
You're the perfect person for
Just
this.
like, so this was like the crazy thing. I think I just lost our screen share and stuff. There we go. So here's the crazy thing about that. When I look at that, I honestly thought that she was joking right out the gate. I'm like,
yeah,
you can't be serious. Like, this has got to be a joke. Haha, funny. So I'll just play along. And I thought it was so funny that, of course, I retweeted it and quoted it, and I'm thinking this is hilarious. Oh no, she was serious, because it went on, and I think, I don't know, there was some comment, I don't know, about like what's gonna happen to me on the day of judgment and stuff like that, and that I'm showing my arrogance.
What is that? You know, when she first mentioned it, there's just a hint of crazy in the air. You know, you're like, either she's joking and she's a quality chick, you know, and like, okay, this is gonna be fun, or there's just that off whiff of crazy. Happened to me last week, man. I was on I can't remember his name, but I was on the apologetics guy, his channel. I was in the comments, having a good time, trying to encourage him, that type of thing. I'd watched the video months ago and had a comment on it, and I caught a whiff of it, man. I was like, somebody messaging back, hey, remember such and such and so. It was about the Sabbath, and so they said, remember that this text, and this text, how God wants you to honor the Sabbath. And I said, on this we agree, you know. Right. And so I thought we were hamming it up together. We're of one accord, and sure enough, man. Sure enough, that crazy got stronger and stronger and stronger till eventually I'm like, whoa, hold on. Are you like, you're either a Jew or you've lost touch with reality. I don't even get where you're coming from. So, dude, man, that's such a danger with the old interwebs. When you come across these people, you're like, what is that smell?
Right.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, and maybe it's me being more optimistic than pessimistic. I'm giving people the benefit of the doubt that they're not unhinged, that they are...
Or maybe even, like, teachable, like, or just having a conversation where they want to hear your perspective. And no.
Right. Well, and so here's like the crazy of that, the unhinged part of that. A picture with my mouth that is gaping open like this apparently that is
The standard
now
YouTuber thumbnail pic.
that is now the biblical qualification for somebody who is humble and who knows how to teach a boy to be a man. Thus says First Hesitations, you're crazy. It's like, I don't get that at all. And I'm thinking, well, apparently I should never smile again, because I'm not sure I can figure out what constitutes gaping. Like, let's go ahead and become like Pharisees for a moment. How much of a separation between the two lips constitutes gaping? Are we talking like 10 centimeters, 20 centimeters? Wait, we went with the metric system. That must not be Christian, because we know that Jesus is American only. We have to go with the empirical system. It's like the ridiculousness of these type of statements. It's like, where does it end?
It doesn't, man. And I'm going to go there because I do. The hilarity of this, I had a mom who did as best she could. I obviously had a dad as well, but mom did as best she could to try and show me what a man's like, what a man does. But she overall has no clue, because she is woman. 10 minutes alone with a godly man is like, as a man, does something to us. It structures us. We see it. We recognize it. Something pings inside of us, and there is, man, godly man, whatever. To be instructed about that by a woman is hilarious. It's hilarious. It'd be like me instructing. We'll leave it out. But me instructing on femininity, I got nothing. I don't know the details of femininity.
Along that lines, this is when Jarrod or Genevieve and I do marriage ministry. One of the first things we tell husbands, and one of the first things that we tell wives, is stop telling the other how to be the other. Like, a husband cannot, should not, will not, if they're going to be godly, tell his wife how to be a wife.
Right.
You're not a wife. That was not God speaking to you about that. That is not your place. Let God speak to the wife about being a wife. Wives, let God speak to the husband about being a husband. Otherwise, God would have clearly said, wives, instruct your husbands how to be husbands according to your standards. No, God's already told men how to be husbands. He's already told wives how to be wives. And by us getting in there, we're not doing what it actually says in 1 Thessalonians 4, if memory is correct, where it says, mind your own business.
Fact check you.
It's like, mind your own affairs.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what we have to do. So for a woman to tell a man how to be a father, it's like, that doesn't work. The only exception I will put in there, and this should go without saying, but sometimes I feel the need to say it because people think like memory cards in my mouth constitutes my mouth gaping open. Just for clarification, the exception to that rule are those who are in ministry who have been called by God to shepherd over others. Pastors definitely be able to speak in. So if it's a female pastor, yes, they're called to do that. If it's a male pastor, they're called to do that. And that's even with my wife. There are times that I'll have to ask her. It's like, which do you want? Do you want your husband or your pastor? Because there's things that your husband can say to you and things that he can't say to you. There's things that your pastor can say to you and can't say to you. So which one do you want right now? Because I need to know, make sure I'm not operating with the wrong hat on, so to speak.
That is nuts. Sorry. That whole scenario that you found yourself in.
Yeah.
So thank you for letting me in on that joke, guys. Gaping mouths.
Gaping mouths, absolutely. Now, John, he's throwing a comment here in the chat saying, I
can't imagine what John's saying right now.
He just says, I thought Josh said before that he doesn't feed the trolls. So I typically don't. Like, if you can go back and check my Twitter at Joshua Verwers, you see the kind of interaction I had. the interaction was up to the point I was trying to figure out if she was truly unhinged or was joking, because sometimes, internet, nonverbal communication, something gets lost in translation. Maybe I misinterpreted. Let me clarify. So then I try to take it a little bit farther. Once I realized that she was not in touch with biblical reality, then it was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'm ignoring you. And then I just ignored her and left it up there for everybody to check out because I thought it was funny. And right now, I wouldn't even consider this feeding the trolls, because let's say that she happens to stumble upon here, because obviously she knows where the YouTube channel is and has found it, and great, you want to go ahead and do that, that's fine. But if I see her name come across, you best believe I'm not giving her the time of day, because she has proven herself to be an internet troll, and I'm not wasting my time with that anymore. So, but here it's more for an example for you guys to kind of encourage you, I guess, that it's just like, there are crazies out there.
It's a real struggle, especially for pastors, because you see, or even the teachers out there, you see how it's wrong. There's misinformation going out into this powerful thing called the internet. That's what I struggled with that comment this last week. It's like you're dealing out misinformation. You haven't factored in Hebrews. You haven't factored in Romans 14. You haven't factored in all of these different pieces, and you want to come back and go, like, let me. The Ben Shapiro thing.
Right.
If you've ever heard his stance, he says, if you're in an argument, if you're in a debate, you put them down. You put them down quickly and soundly.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I'm like, well, this is real bad disinformation. Put them down quickly. And I prayed about it, and I felt like the Lord said, read Romans 14 again. It was like, all right,
yeah,
never mind. So, yeah, it's a tough one, man. It's hard to lay off.
Yeah, and I've gotten myself into those debates more often than not, and I think over the years I've realized that it's not worth it, and there's some balance in there. Like if I know that they are receptive to actual truth, then okay. But it's got to be like that discernment that really kicks in, where you just get that, that knowing that, hey, let's go ahead and go down this path because you can make it through here. If that doesn't happen, if I don't get like Holy Spirit confirmation, yes, you need to go, you need to correct this, you need to address this, then I won't. If it's somebody in my church or that, sits under my ministry, absolutely. Like I'm calling that out quick and fast. I'm putting them down fast.
Our poor people, like,
yeah.
Now.
It's like, hey, you're dumb. That's wrong.
Exactly.
It's like, hey. And sometimes we need those, quick, abrupt, confrontations. With people on the internet, it was like, no. Like when I realized this wasn't just a joke. Like I thought it was a joke. I thought somebody actually enjoyed the thumbnail and they're like, oh, good one, I like it. No, it was like,
it's fantastic.
I thought it was hilarious.
It's a fantastic thumbnail.
I thought it was hilarious. It was an idea. I was like, hey, let's run with it. And it was funny. But no, when I realized, no, they're serious about this, it was like, me get in a debate with you, you're not worth my time at this point. Right. All you're going to do is drag me down in your muck, and I don't want anything to do with it. So,
that's right.
Deuces. Peace be unto you.
That's right.
I'm out. So that's kind of the approach that I took. I will say that Dean says that he's still thinking a grill with SD cards would have been better. Dean, that was actually what I was aiming for, with them in the mouth. The problem...
Oh, a grill. Yeah. I'm with you. Go ahead. I'm like thinking smoker. Go ahead.
No, grill. The problem that I had with it was SD cards, as I found out earlier today when trying to record. SD cards are very sensitive, and I didn't want to put it in there to have any of like the saliva, the moisture. Ooh, I just said moist. Didn't want any of that to be on the SD cards and ruin them. So that's where I just kind of stuck them in, hanging down, like a ginormous SD overbite.
This is a quality podcast right here. I tell you what.
Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed that conversation. If you did, make sure you give it a big old thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, do so. But you also need to go over to Jarrod's channel and subscribe as well, because next week's episode is actually going to be on his channel. And if you want to watch the full replay of this, it is exclusive to our Buy Me a Coffee members. I have links for both of our Buy Me a Coffee pages down in the description below. And I guess until next week, stay blessed, enjoy God's best, and have a great day.